So I got monetized on YouTube, finally. It's been a long road for me on YouTube. I started YouTubing in around about 2007, 2008, at which time you could put virtually anything on YouTube, and I did. I put mainly car adverts on there, which is obviously copyright material, which you couldn't do now, really. Also, I put some hydroponics videos up, which was a hobby at the time. They actually got taken down, or one of them did, because they couldn't work out what I was growing, that it really was only vegetables. But anyway, that was removed. A couple of years later, I think it was, I'd have to check the date on that, they removed general monetization from YouTube. It used to be an opt-in thing, and anybody could opt in if they were creating videos and people were watching them. But they brought in a level where you need, I don't know what it was to begin with, but it's more recently, it's been 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours in a year. And my channel was nowhere near that, so I lost my monetization back in the day. Roll on to 2 years ago when I decided that I'd have another go. I'm what would you call me? No, I'm not very good at making videos, that's for sure, but I'm a tinkerer and a maker, and I try and repair things and just put on my projects of how to do things. If there's anything that I know how to do, I will generally do a video on it, or maybe I'll consider doing a video on it. So that's how I do my YouTube channel. It's very sporadic at the moment. It's actually been really 2 weeks since I put up a video, 9 days since I put a video of any sort. So let's jump right in, and I'll very quickly show you how much I earned in the first 28 days. This was the end of February and the beginning of March. As you can see there, $74.31, that's actually in Australian currency, and in the last 28 days. You need to earn $100 Australian to get paid by Google AdSense. If you don't achieve that, then it rolls over to the next month. Next video apparently was that one, which is Land Rover Discovery 4 oil cooler replacement. That's a video I did a while back. It's proven fairly popular. Bit obscure, but most of my stuff's obscure. And there you can see the ranking of how much you get per video. It's certainly not fortunes. I just need to come up with something more unique. So why get monetized? It's just the obvious thing to do. If you're going to do videos, then you might as well be monetized. Otherwise, YouTube will still put adverts in your videos and take the money anyway. I had an associate who had 50,000 followers on his channel and didn't bother getting monetized because he thought, he doesn't want to present adverts to his audience. But he discovered by looking at it from another channel that wasn't his, that they were stuffing it with adverts anyway. So my history is that I was a programmer. Initially I worked in IT and then graduated to being a programmer for a large computer company, which I did for a few years until I got bored of doing that and moved on to being of all things, a courier, and then a truck driver, and then I got into insurance. All the time programming in the background. That was sort of the job I did. I did a day job, and I also did programming work for people because apparently I had a talent doing that. Until 2 years ago, when I chose to lose my last client, and I haven't really programmed at all since then. But my main income now is actually I make plasma signs and also laser signs using the two machines that I made, which have been the focus of my channel. I built a CNC plasma table about 5 years ago, probably 6 now, and that's been the foundation of the business. I more recently built a CO2 laser, and again did a series of videos on making that, and that helped me gain a few subscribers. Again, more recently still, I got a 3D printer. I'd had a 3D printer for almost 8 years. When I first started in 3D printing, it was more about making the object rather than what you actually produce. So it's the process of 3D printing the item. But nowadays printers have reached more a level where you can actually press and print. That was the viral video that actually got me across the line to becoming monetized. Up until a couple of months ago, I'd had round about 800 subscribers and not the 1,000 that's required, and all the watch hours. And I produced a video on 3D scanning using Bamboo Labs software, and that video went semi-viral. Viral for a channel of my size is a video that does 14,000 views in a week. That's a lot. I don't get anywhere near that normally. And that was sufficient to get a few extra subscribers, and thank you if you're one of those, and get me over the 4,000 watch hour level. Now I find myself in the position that I have video writer's block and I can't think of anything to do, but it'll come. It'll come. I'll think of something. It's like that. A bit like being an author, I suppose. How they do it daily is beyond me. But anyway, my first month of being monetized, I thought I'd share the figures with you. It's not been spectacular. It started out quite well, but then died. So as it is, it's a few dollars a month. I've got to lift my game and do some better videos, I think. Do something better. Wouldn't be hard, really. And getting noticed on YouTube is really hard to do for small creators. Anybody who's tried to do that will know what I mean. I think the thing that finally helped me, because I went from a low number of subscribers to my 1,000 in quite a short space of time. And I think some of that was to do with the advice of the many YouTube advisors you see on YouTube of how to become monetized. But I think that what's important is a good description, and you can use ChatGPT or something to flesh out an idea you have for a description, and also a decent thumbnail that can be noticed. I really desperately try to avoid clickbait. I don't like clickbait. I'll turn a video off if I've been clickbaited. It happens to us all, inevitable, and people do it just to be noticed. But I find it irritating and always try not to do clickbait. I don't think I've ever done clickbait. Anyway, I hope not. But yeah, and with the help of the titles, the tags aren't so important, but you do tags anyway. And the keywords in your description, you can, and the thumbnails, most importantly, you can actually, it does help you become monetized, I should say. And that's what helped me. The equipment that you use to create your videos is really not that important. A mobile phone's more than good enough. You can produce 4K on a mobile phone these days with ease. But I happen to use an Insta360 Ace Pro with a diopter lens to help with the focus. That's what I'm using right now. And also I have a Bluetooth microphone. Again, far from essential. You really don't need it. People obsess about sound, but I've found that that's not so important. Would be nice if you had better sound, but sometimes it's not practical to do. Living close to a busy road, if I'm out in the shed and I do a video, I get a lot of background noise. Try to ignore it, but that's always possible. But no, hardware is not that important. Once you get the signal to say that you've been monetized, there's a few hoops that you've got to jump through. I'm not sure if I did it correctly or not, but obviously you need an AdSense account. But you need an AdSense account which is tied to YouTube, and you have to do, I think it's called a US tax return. You actually have to declare to the US government your tax status, and hopefully your country has got some agreement with the US about taxation. Otherwise that can limit your income quite significantly, because as I understand it, I might earn $30 from YouTube and then pay a small amount of that in tax to the US government, and then obviously I have to declare that as income in my own country and pay tax on that. So it hits you pretty hard. But the actual process involves that, and then you have to confirm your address, where they post you a form which has a secret number on it, and that confirms that you live where you say you do. And then there's the bank account. They deposit a small amount. It's usually sort of 12-14 cents or something into your bank account to confirm that they have the correct bank account numbers. Better to avoid confusion, I think. That only took 3 days to confirm the bank account. The address thing took about 2 weeks for the for the piece of paper to arrive in the post. But hopefully I've done everything now. Tried to do all the verifications. I think, yeah, if I remember rightly, I had to scan my passport and upload that. Privacy, but you can do what you gotta do, I suppose, don't you? Anyway, yeah, onwards and upwards, and I hope I get paid my pittance. So I don't consider it to be an income. It is an income, but it's a very minor income, and it's not the main reason for doing the videos. It just helps pay the bills, really. That's all that I can see. It's more from a fun thing, really, than anything. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll come up with some new content soon, I hope. Thanks again.